So I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism, Graves' disease, and the doctor said I had three options: surgery, radiation, or medication for the rest of my life. And I said I didn't want to do that, and with supplements and treatments, in 6 months it was gone, and it's never come back again.
For 5 years, I thought that I had allergies. And for no reason at all, any time of the day, all of a sudden I just wouldn't be able to breathe. And I tried all kinds of medicines. My wife finally suggested that I come to see Dr. Cohn and try the NET philosophy, and it worked out. After my first visit, I was breathing freely.
I had pain in my hands for about 3 years and didn't quite understand it. And so then my brother went to Dr. Cohen for another reason. He gives the demonstration, and so I went through the demonstration part, and they used me as a demonstration, and I thought, wow. I just felt so energized. I felt so light. It was like I was walking on clouds when I left the office, and I went, okay, this is for me, signed up. I'm going to come every week.
It's changed our lives dramatically. Originally, I was having vertigo, and I was bedridden, and the kids were babies. We had to have someone come in every morning, stay till the night because I couldn't take care of the kids, and I was doing the traditional MRIs and the different medications they wanted. Just weren't good for where we were at, and so I was recommended to another doctor who used NET, and that right there got me on some supplements that stopped the vertigo.
I'd say within a month or so, the pain was considerably less. I was able to use my my back and shoulders the way I always wanted to. It was at one time at the point where I was barely able to move.
My hormones were crazy, totally out of whack. I was told I was perimenopausal at 36 years old, which just didn't seem right considering I'm vegetarian, I eat healthy, you know, I'm in great health, I exercise, yet I'm having these major hormonal problems. Within 3 visits, I was completely off all of my bioidentical hormone replacement, which I had been doing for about a year.
I was doing lots of sports, and while I was doing those sports, my back was hurting a lot. So I went to Dr. Cohn, and he cracked my back, and I liked it. So we went again and again, and my back hasn't hurt since. So,
had a pinched sciatic nerve at 17 years old. It actually paralyzed me from about the waist down. I was out of school for months on end. Traditional doctors put me on therapy that was critically painful. Even free weights and certain stretches I was not capable of, hooked me to gadgets and all kinds of crazy things with very minimal results. When I found NET, it was a matter of about 2-3 sessions before I was down to about a 10% pain level. So to me, that's pain-free when I had been down and out for so long.
I had terrible stomach issues, stabbing pains, like consistently every time I ate. I had major depression, really, really low, you know, kind of a numb feeling. And as soon as I started NET, it just completely changed my life, like completely 180.
So when you go to a medical doctor, it's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg. When you go for an NET, you actually get to the root of the problem, you get to the core, and you can actually start your healing from there.
Stress and anxiety, I think, is pretty common to everybody right now, but I think that in relation to this, I mean, I do come out a lot less stressed out than I did when I walked in.
I started back to school, graduate program, and I hadn't been in school for such a long time, and I noticed that when I started, I was getting tired all the time. I was just constantly getting sick, and my friend recommended to go to this health class with her and check everything out, and so I went, and I was immediately drawn into it, and just even after my first treatment, I just started noticing a difference, and you know, I was able to sleep better, and I wasn't getting sick quite as often.
When I first went, it was kind of crazy. They do the muscle testing thing, and I was like, this is nuts. Didn't really work out for me. I was thinking, you know, this doesn't make any sense. And then as I continued to go, you start realizing, you're like, oh wow, you know, oh yeah, he hits key points, and it's like, it works. I quit drinking. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I go out with my friends, and we shoot pool, and they're drinking and having a good time, and I'm the sober guy. I drive everybody around, and it's like, it's really easy to do. It's easy to deal with.
I would probably still be on medication for one thing, still having my OCD progressively getting worse as it did from childhood to adulthood, still living life in that little box, not enjoying everything that's so beautiful about life.
It took me 15 chiropractors before I found Howard. As when I saw Howard, he used a technique that the other chiropractors did not use.
I look at the girl who I used to be, who was shy and timid and unable to be in a relationship with a man. And now after NET, I look at someone who's bright and beautiful and confident with who they are and really able to look into the future of having their own children and being the best mother that they could possibly be.